Peace, what's up everybody? Seb is Hip Hop here. Sebastian, chilling with my man Divine. What's up, Divine?
Peace. Peace, my G. What's going on, baby?
Peace, I'm good, man. So, let's get to it, man. How does an underground MC from Brooklyn become friends with a billionaire venture capitalist? Alright, so let me say that one more time so that people can really grasp the concept here. How does an MC, an underground MC from Brooklyn, befriend a billionaire venture capitalist? That's a hell of a story, and my man Divine is actually here to tell us how it all happened. So before we get into that, speak on your background a little bit. I mean, who are you? How did you get started, etc., etc.? Just a little background info on you, Divine.
Basically, you know, I grew up listening to golden age hip hop, golden era hip hop. Fell in love with it, and then from there, had a desire to be an MC. But not only a MC, but I was determined to be one of the best MCs ever.
No doubt.
And that really was always my focus and my goal when it came to hip hop and music. And you become the best by studying the best. Is how I think, you know.
No doubt.
So I was into rock. Yeah. I was into Rakim, KRS-One, Cool G Rap. You know, the golden era MCs that set the way and pioneered hip hop, man, in the early days, man.
Yes, sir.
So from that point on, you know, I just perfected my craft. Unfortunately, I was incarcerated for a long time. But at the end of the day, I was just a street dude, man, from the hood that just loved hip hop. You know what I mean? And I wanted to be that dude.
Right. So, did anything happen to you while you were incarcerated? Any epiphany that took place during your incarceration?
Oh, absolutely. My incarceration was basically the catalyst that really developed me, not only as a man, but as an MC as well. I started subscribing to the Nation of Gods and Earths.
Right.
I started building with brothers. I started, building my mind, building my mental. Because at that point, I had only completed the 8th grade, my dude.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I'm self-taught. So I got my GED while incarcerated in a juvenile facility, and then I went on to build my knowledge base throughout my years of incarceration in the penal system, mostly the federal system, you know.
Right. So that makes the story even more interesting. The story which we're gonna get to, the fact that you were going through all of this, and you said you pretty much made it to 8th grade before you got your GED. So that's really telling. That's a hell of a story in terms of your dedication and your commitment to excel.
Yeah, man, that's always been my thing. Like, I never gave up. You know what I mean? I would never feel like it's the end.
Yeah.
Despite all the obstacles and the hardships I face in life, man. You know, my mom was addicted to crack cocaine. I was compelled to sell drugs myself to survive. You know, provide food, clothing, and shelter for me and my younger brother. So, you know, the streets was like, at an early age, I was 12 years old, I was hustling in the streets, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, but with that said, you were able to sharpen your skill as an MC. So, when you got out, man, you started recording your music, right?
Yeah, well, what's interesting is, while I was incarcerated, I started recording. One of the prisons had I started recording before I was incarcerated. I've been recording since I was young, man.
Okay.
Like about 10, 11, 12 years old, I started recording in the studio, making my little demos and all that. And then I got incarcerated at a young age as well. And then, they had a music program in there. We had like a 4-track we could record. So I kind of like made my first album while incarcerated, man, which is crazy.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So let's try to bring us up to what's going on nowadays, right? So you come out, right? You work on an album, you know, you're putting music out independently. You're connecting with cats who you look up to, you know. And where does this incredible, amazing story of you hooking up, meeting this billionaire take place? You know, bring us up to speed.
No doubt. After doing a lengthy federal prison sentence, you know, I perfected my craft. I crafted albums. I crafted songs. I recorded songs. Interesting story too is that one of my demos had made it to one of my dudes who was incarcerated with me, and he actually bought the demo to Eddie F, and he also bought it to a dude at Universal that was like the executive producer of Rakim's The 18th Letter.
All right.
Dino Del Valle. What's so interesting about all that is that Eddie F, you know, felt I had some skills and felt that I was going to be a superstar in the rap game while I was still incarcerated. But anyway, after I got incarcerated, I ended up linking up with Rakim, you know what I mean? And me and him started working on a business level, not so much a music level. We did some work in the studio. It was more business. Some things didn't go as well as we had both hoped. So that kind of ended. But then from there, I never lost my focus on what I wanted to do with music. Right. You know what I mean? So I kept it moving. I kept it pushing, despite, you know, being incarcerated again. I never stopped striving towards my goal, man. So in this day and time, I came home. I started working on my album that I had started a while ago, called Ghetto Rhyming. So we started working on that again, finishing that up and bringing it up to date, and really making it the best album it could be, despite, you know, it being older material. Right. And when I had got incarcerated, I lost my studio, so I kind of lost all my material had got stolen. So Ghetto Rhyming was all I had. Ghetto Rhyming was all the material I had. So I felt, you know, I put a lot of love in that album. Let's try to push it out, perfect it the best way we can on a technical level and an artistic level, and then try to move forward with that, and, you know, just push it out there to at least get something of my craft, you know, exposure. Yeah, because you have been working on it for so long, so. Yeah, it's taken years, man, to really get it done, man. You know, going back and forth in prison and everything. But anyway, long story short, my G, I came across, while I was incarcerated my last time, I came across this article about this guy named Ben Horowitz, who was an avid hip hop lover, and you know, he was into hip hop. He was a venture capitalist, and my first reaction to that was that, oh, okay, white dude, older white gentleman from Silicon Valley, venture capitalist, you know what I mean, loves hip hop. To me, that just didn't sound right. So I kind of questioned it. You know, I was skeptical, you know. I was skeptical about it, but, you know, what really caught me was that his favorite artist was Rakim. Or one of his favorite artists was Rakim. And he would use hip hop. Yeah, and he would use hip hop to motivate his employees, man. So I felt like, damn, okay, he like Rakim. Everybody, since I started rhyming, you know, really rhyming, everybody considered me to sound like Rakim and Nas. If it wasn't Rakim, it was Nas. For the older generation, it was Rakim. For the newer generation, it was Nas. And because, you know, I'm really so spoken like Nas, but I also have like also a rugged aspect to my voice where it can sound like Rakim too. And by the way, yo, Rakim is my greatest inspiration, and Nas is not too far behind that. Right. You know what I mean? Because, you know, the brothers are conscious, I'm conscious, and I respect what they do. I respect their craft and their artistry. So anyway, so I was determined to reach out to Ben Horowitz when I got released. Being that, you know, he like Rakim, he may like what I'm doing, and you know, and put money behind my movement, put money behind my record label and my music group. So when I got out, it kind of fell to the wayside that I did, but I didn't realize that I had planted a seed for other things to take place. Because I'm a real spiritual brother, and I feel that I feel like that we as human beings have the potential to think things into existence, speak things into existence, and definitely through our ways and actions, bring things into existence. So I had planted a seed in my own mind about Ben Horowitz. So 2 years later, I happened to be on the computer working. I had the TV on, and the documentary about Steve Stout that Steve Stout did on his book The Tanning of America.
Right.
I saw Ben Horowitz pop up, and I recognized the name. As soon as I seen his name and seen his face, I'm like, oh, that's that venture capitalist I had read about when I was away.
Mm-hmm.
So I just thought, you know, as you know, as whatever. I really didn't take it as anything. Even though I normally do take things that happen to me and happen in my life as signs and symbols for me to either follow or to follow up behind or follow through on something. But at this particular moment, I really didn't consider it anything.
Right.
The next morning,
you were just able to put a face to the
name and finally see what it is.
Yeah.
This Ben Horowitz dude. So the next move was I woke up that next morning, got on my computer, and then in my news feed, something popped up about Ben Horowitz, because at the time, I guess he wrote a book called The Hard Thing About Hard Things, and he was promoting it.
Right.
And I didn't know nothing about his book. You know, I didn't know nothing about currently where he was or what he was doing, because I didn't follow up, you know, on my determined idea that I had planned in my mind when I was incarcerated 2 years prior. So anyway, I clicked on the news article and it was talking about his book. They talking about his blog, that he had a blog called Ben's Blog. So I went to that and checked that out. So I was like, yo, and it was this blog, his latest blog he had posted was called Legend of the Blind MC. And I read the blog, and that was it, man. That was like all it took to really like take that seed I had planted and make it, you know, grow into action. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I was so inspired and impressed with why this man loved hip hop, and it answered my question I had originally had. How does a billionaire venture capitalist from Silicon Valley in the tech industry come to love hip hop, or be an avid listener of hip hop and use hip hop to inspire his employees or motivate his employees? It just didn't make sense to me. But after reading that blog, everything crystallized. I was so inspired and impressed with why this man really loved hip hop that it moved me to action. And that action was me going on Twitter, finding his Twitter handle, and then tweeting him about the article.
Right.
That I was impressed by it and I was inspired by it. And there's no way I could have known that he loved hip hop like he does, and genuinely, because of what took place in his life, man. And that blog answered everything. And lo and behold, he responded back to me,
So when
which I didn't even expect.
Yeah, so when he responded, you must have been bugging out.
Yo, G, I thought it was a game, because yo, word, because at the time he wasn't like officially verified at the time. You know, with the blue check on the Twitter.
Yeah.
So he wasn't officially verified. So I thought, okay, somebody playing games with me, you know. But I had just came back from a show in February of this year, performing at one of Rakim's shows. So and I knew Rakim was one of his favorite rappers. So we just started building, man, back and forth. I mentioned the Rakim show, and he mentioned it to me. That was cool. How, you know, the 4th letter and the 18th letter get together, gonna do a show, and you know, I mean, it was crazy. So he was kind of like, you know, bigging me up. I told him I just got out of prison not too long ago. He said, you know, wish me the best and all that. And I was like, it turned into like an hours long conversation or tweets back and forth between me and him.
Right. Right.
Yeah, so then my next thing was like, okay, well, I felt it was a real Ben Horowitz at this point. So I told him, yo, and I basically told him, how I came across him and all that, and I asked him to follow me so I could DM him, direct message him privately on Twitter, and a few minutes later he actually started following me. So boom, I direct messaged him and basically told him a whole story about the story I'm telling you right now. Right.
That must have been real interesting in 140 characters, right? To just lay it out.
Yo, yeah. It was like about 10, between 10 and 20 tweets, my G.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I basically got the whole story out, though, in those tweets. And at the time, I was trying to raise money for my Kickstarter, for my album Get Around, because I had fell short of some paper to complete it. And, do some other things with the album to make sure it's promoted properly, so forth and so on. Mm-hmm. So I had like a $7,000 Kickstarter project for Get Around and trying to raise those funds. And I told him about it, I said, I know he loved hip hop. I want him to check out what I do. You know what I mean? But at that point, before I actually reached out to him on Twitter, I had Googled him, Yahoo'd him or whatever. I just searched him. And I learned that he had befriended Nas. Okay. Him and Nas were friends. So I kind of lost hope when I saw that, because I'm like, okay, Nas beat me to it. You know what I mean? Right. Nas is Nas. You know what I mean? Divine's Divine, but Nas is Nas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, well, it's whatever. So either way, I still want to at least show him my music. You would probably appreciate some real hip hop, some classic hip hop. If you like Rakim, if you like Nas, then he gonna like Divine. You know what I mean? Right. So anyway, a few minutes later, like an hour later, the conversation stopped, and then I got a direct message from him again, and he told me that he had basically supported my Kickstarter. He put some bread on my Kickstarter, man. Right. And he also gave me and he also gave me his email, because in my direct message to him, I was like, yo, I was gonna ask you to invest in my record label and invest in me. I said, but I would like to ask you something bigger than that. I'm like, yo, will you mentor me? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I asked him to mentor me, man, because I'm like, yo, you can like the old proverb where they say, you can give a man a fish and feed him for a day, or you can teach him how to fish and feed him for a lifetime.
That's right.
And that's what I was on.
So he invested in the Kickstarter, number one, and after that, when you asked him if he'd be interested in mentoring you, right? Pretty much, right? So were you a little nervous? Did you think maybe you were being a little too direct or too bold in your approach, or did you just go for it?
I mean, listen, man. Like I said again, I'm a conscious dude. I'm a spiritual dude, and I just saw signs and symbols that added up to me having an opportunity before me that I had planted a seed in my mind a few years ago, a couple years prior to it happening.
Right.
So I seen it as, yo, this is what it's supposed to be, my G. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, I'll never again have an opportunity like this in my lifetime. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, yeah, one shot, one kill, my dude. You know what I'm saying? I had to bust off and, bust my shot, man, and be like, listen, this is what it is, man. And one thing about Divine is that I'm not so much aggressive. I'm assertive, and I may come off as aggressive, only because my mind is so determined, man. Mm-hmm. I'm more of a no nonsense type dude. Like if I want to build with you about something, or I want to, connect with you on something, I'm gonna keep it 1,000, my G. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna play no games. I'm gonna just let you know what it is. This is what it is, and you can just say yes or you can say no, and I'm gonna respect you all the same. You know what I mean? But at least I know that I did my part. I can't say I didn't do my part.
That's right.
You know what I mean? To coordinate something or make something jump off. So I thought that like this is my only shot. You know what I'm saying? To reach this man and let him see who I am, and this dude could change my life 360 degrees in an instant. Like he has that type of power.
No doubt.
He has that power for real. You know what I mean? So for real, he had that type of power. You know what I mean? And you don't meet men of his stature and his level and his power all the time, especially not being an underground MC from Brooklyn. You know what I mean? It just don't happen. It don't happen, G. So you know, he gave me his email address, and like again, I knew that if I emailed that man anything concerning him mentoring me, he told me to use his email to ask him any questions I had, and you know that basically saying, you know, I'll build with you. He opened up the avenue of communication for me, and he liked the Kickstarter project. So then what I did was, I'm like, all right. I was so inspired by, you know, the donation, or they call it the pledge that he made to the Kickstarter. You know, it wasn't no astronomical amount of money. I'm only trying to raise $7,000. You know what I mean? I know that's nothing for him. And, you know, he didn't fund my entire Kickstarter initially. You know what I mean? He gave me a little bread. It was cool. It was respect.
The fact that he did that means a lot.
Exactly.
You know,
that's the point.
Cats don't give up anything these days.
But that's the point, my dude.
Right.
He felt it enough for whatever reason in his heart to give me something, and then gave me his email address to be like, listen, reach out to me with any questions you have. You know what I mean? Because I broke my life down to him in like 10 to 20 tweets. Mm-hmm. What it really was, man. But anyway, I was so inspired by that. That then inspired me again to write a song about him. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's where the plot thickens.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
That's where the plot thickens, man. You know?
So what was the song about? Like, to just summarize.
Basically, I had been working with the producer Phantom of the Beats. Me and him had just started working together. And if you're not familiar with Phantom of the Beats, he's the one that produced Lil' Kim and 50 Cent's Magic Stick. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He's a multi-platinum producer, and I had just started working with him. He's from out of Brooklyn too. And we had just started working, or Queens, Brooklyn or Queens, I can't recall. But anyway, we started working together, and he had shot me this beat. And I thought the beat was fly, you know what I'm saying? But I really couldn't come up with nothing. So then when that all transpired on Twitter between me and Ben, I kind of revisited that beat and went through beats, because I was inspired to write a song about Ben. And I rightfully named the song Venture Capitalist and subtitled it like Ben Horowitz. Mm-hmm. Because that's what it was, because I had already kind of knew the level he was on. Right. And then I did a little more research to bring me up to date with what was going on with him. And when I had, seen everything that he had done and accomplished and what he was doing, and I seen he was affiliated with Nas and Mark Zuckerberg, and he was an early investor in Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and all these great technology companies, I'm like, yo, I gotta write an ill song for this brother, man. And I wrote the song called Venture Capitalist like Ben Horowitz. I wrote it in about an hour to the Phantom of the Beats joint, and it came out so crazy. I was like, yo, this joint right here is so crazy. I gotta present this to him.
Yeah.
So cause I was like, yo, again, my mind is like one shot, one kill. Mm-hmm. I don't get another shot to make the first impression.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I was like, if I use this man's email address,
it better be.
I'm gonna
something.
make sure it's about something, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's about something. So I contacted my graphic dude. I came up with a concept for a cover with me and Ben's face on it. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. The cover came out crazy. The $1 billion bill behind us, the dollar bill font for the title and my name, and it was crazy. I sent it to him. I sent the track to him, And I actually, when I emailed it to him, I actually got an automated response back from his email.
Right.
Because he was on tour promoting his book, and he was headed on his way down to the South by Southwest event,
right,
the music festival, and he was actually doing a Q&A with Nas at that festival. So I thought, okay, well, he'll get it in due time, whatever, it's all good. So I left it at that, man. I sent the track to him. I sent the cover to him. And, I called it a day, I called it a night. Yo, my G. I woke up the next morning, my phone was flooded with emails, you know what I mean? So I'm going through my emails, you know what I mean? I'm deleting my joints. So I delete all my emails, nothing very important, whatever. And then I look again, 3 emails pop up. Yo, my G. It was emails from, not only was it a direct email from Ben, it was 2 emails from Kickstarter, or 1 email from Kickstarter, and 1 alert email from Twitter telling me I had a direct message.
Right.
When I clicked on those joints, Ben's like, yo, the song is dope. I'm gonna play it for Nas today. Let me say that again. Ben said, the song is dope. I'm gonna play it for Nas today. Because he had got the song while he was headed down to the South by Southwest.
Yeah, so it was fresh on his mind. Yeah.
Word, and he had just got the joint. The next thing I seen was a substantial amount of money placed on my Kickstarter, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah. So things are getting really real now.
Yeah, things is getting crazy, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be real with you. When I seen the monetary aspect, the substantial pledge that was made by Ben's wife, Felicia Horowitz. A tear came to my eye, man.
I can understand, man. Yeah.
And I'm gonna keep that real, man. A tear came to my eye. It was a tear of joy because I had strived so long and overcome so many obstacles. I felt like, I made it. I felt like that was I made it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I felt like, I made it, or you know what I mean? It's crazy, but things are gonna go in a crazy direction for me. You know what I mean? So the other email, because I had 3 of them. The other one was a direct message on Twitter, and it was Ben just telling me, you know what I mean? The song's dope. Is what it is, man. I love it. You know what I mean? My wife loves it. So it was crazy, man. And then that's how all that transpired. So for the record, again, when Ben had the song, Nas was one of the first people to hear venture capitalists like Ben Horowitz, man.
Word up, man. So that was a few months ago, right?
Yeah, that was a few months ago, yeah.
Okay. So
I think it was March. It happened in March.
In March, all right. So a whole lot has transpired in between time. So to kind of skip all the details, and all the steps, I guess to really wrap it up and make sense out of all of it. Yeah. Tell us where you were yesterday.
Oh man, I was in Northern California, man, and I was invited by Andreessen Horowitz and Ben Horowitz and his wife Felicia Horowitz out to a private screening of Nas's new documentary movie, Time is Illmatic, which comes out in October, and it comes out in October, and I was at Ben's mansion.
That's your second time. That's your second time kicking it with Ben at his crib.
Yeah, that's my second time being out in Cali with Ben, and being invited out by Ben and spending time in his mansion, spending the weekend with him, his family, his friends, celebrities. You know what I mean? I met Steve Stout, Nas, Kanye West was at Ben's as well. So it's been crazy. I met Ben's, family, friends. It's like, it's been phenomenal, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've been blessed, man, to engage with those people, man.
So, and from this point, the relationship is only growing and really blossoming into something special. Also, something we didn't touch on. I know we only have a couple of minutes left, but something we didn't touch on is the fact that you've been doing some voiceover and contributing to the podcast, the Ben's podcast.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've been narrating some of Ben's blogs. I've been narrating some of those. So you got the audio version of some of his blogs. I've done a few of those. I've actually done I did a theme music, a theme song, if you would, for the A16Z podcast that Andreessen Horowitz releases and produces. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's been crazy, man.
Yeah. So
it's been crazy.
So you got So and it all started with an idea, man, with a seed that was planted in your mind, and here we are, man. Here we are, and things are definitely unfolding. I mean, that's amazing, man. To this day, correct me if I'm wrong, I can't think of anyone in hip hop, and I'm talking about from the perspective of an upcoming artist, who's managed to walk this journey, man. This is really an unusual and amazing story. So I definitely got to give
no doubt.
I got to big you up for walking that journey, man, and for being that guy, man, that's been blessed with that type of experience, man. And the amazing thing is, I'm sure a month or 2 months from now, we'll have a whole other level to add to the story, and So it's just amazing, man. Well, hello. Oh.
Yeah, man.
Okay, I thought we got we got disconnected. Real quick, man. Last thing. So, what would you say, man, to these young cats out here who walked a similar path, man, incarcerated and, and dealing with all kinds of problems that make them feel like there's no hope, What would you tell these young cats?
I would say, believe in yourself. You know what I mean? Never give up. Especially never give up hope, because I was on the verge of not really giving up hope, but I was tired, man. You know what I mean? And honestly, Ben and Felicia Horowitz, man, came into my life, man, and they reinstilled hope, man, in what I'm doing and what I want to do, and it's taken me to a whole other plateau, and it caused me to excel to greater depths and heights than I would have ever thought myself, or I even had on my agenda.
Yeah.
They've opened up a whole new world to me, man. I'm forever grateful. I'm forever in their debt. And I salute them. You know what I'm saying? Ben, Felicia, if y'all get a chance to see this, I salute y'all, man. I love y'all. And it's real. It's real, man.
That's a beautiful story, man. Well, we're gonna stay tuned to the next chapter.
Yeah, the saga continues, man.
That's right. Where can people connect with you, man?
Yo, thefourthletter.com, THE, the number 4, THLETTER, man. Thefourthletter.com.
Word up. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all of that too,
Twitter,
right?
Yeah, we on Twitter, Fourth Letter Music. Again, the 4, number 4, TH, Letter Music. You know what I'm saying? That's YouTube, that's Twitter, that's Fourth Letter Forever Facebook page. You know what I mean?
Cool. All right, man. Well, we'll definitely stay posted and check out what comes next for Divine.
Yeah, before we
sign off,
I'm gonna let one more cat out the bag, man.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
We got part 2 of venture capitalists like Ben Horowitz on the way. It's called VC Life. You know what I mean? Stay tuned. It's coming soon. Check it out. VC Life, you see it?
Oh, word up. Yeah.
Inspired by Ben Horowitz. VC Life is coming soon, man, to a hood near you, man.
Divine, Ben Horowitz, venture capitalist.
What do you believe that nobody else does? Like, do you have the courage to even say that? What do you believe that nobody else does? Aristotle said courage is the first virtue. Do you have the courage to even say that? You need great intelligence and great courage. Aristotle said courage is the first virtue. That's pretty universal.
Yo, I'm a venture capitalist like Ben Horowitz. Legal tennis rap that I spit with gems glorious. Pen and spin more of this. So the point of my story is I came from crack to rap to corner offices. I came to spit a poem, so I'm sitting in silicone or silicon valley with illadons. My vision's on, militone like them killer cons. Dying like killer lonely, no witnesses. I respond to any threat, any stress. Get ready, set for heavy fire intense. Get met with many deaths. I'm trying to capitalize on any venture to rise, expand an enterprise. Need I mention my size? It's globalized, culture rise with a total.